Now, this next one, I'm not entirely sure where it goes, but it's called Gravitry, ground flying. And I'm trying to think of what Pokemon this could be an evolution to. Because as far as ground flying goes, I don't think.
You know what? So just hear me out. What if it's not an evolution, but it's not completely a regional variant either? Because when I think of this right now, the first Mon that pops in my head is Tropius. And that was like a flying grass type, right? So what if this is like a different like counterpart to Tropius, with it being ground flying instead? But it's not, it's not a regional variant. It's just like another Pokemon that's like Tropius, but it's just a different typing.
I totally forgot about that Pokemon, and I actually liked that Pokemon when it came out for Generation 3, right?
3. That was a good Pokemon that, like, just to have, like, in terms of looks, because, like, this was a good idea. This was a good idea.
Yeah, that was a really well-designed Pokemon. It's big, it's ginormous, it's flying. What?
It's a flying grass type? What? It's got bananas on its chin. I could see that. Like that's.
I like this thought. I actually like this thought. I ship this thought.
Like, because it could also be, let's say, if it was a regional evolution to Tropius instead, then I don't know what happened where it loses its grass typing. But whatever. I mean, it could be something. Maybe it's fall for it now, and all the leaves and stuff fell off, and it turned into this Pokemon instead.
Well, no, I mean it does kind of make sense, because then it would give it becomes Gravitry, ground flying, as opposed to a grass flying. It makes sense. The next one, Whimsicott, Ghost Rock type. I'm not sure how I feel about this.
Yeah.
Whimsicott is such a beloved Pokemon as it is. Making a change like this kind of makes me wonder what this person was thinking. Yeah, I'm kind of curious to see where they go.
Yeah, because, like, first thing that I think of is, I think it's still weak to Steel, right? Because Ghost doesn't resist it or anything, right? If anything, it still has a weakness to Steel type, like its original counterpart would have. It would lose some things, like, for weaknesses, but it would gain some different, interesting ones. Because you definitely can't use Fighting on it, because it's part Ghost. Water, definitely weak to Water now. Unless it has Levitate or something, definitely going to be weak to Ground.
Water, Grass, Ground, Ghost, Dark, and Steel are its big weaknesses. All at times 2.
Oh, damn. I mean, I would assume because it has a Ghost typing too, it probably still keeps Prankster, so it probably won't be too bad of a mod. Maybe not too many changes, unless they give it like a different moveset. Like, what if this Whimsicott can't use or doubles or... Yeah.
No, but it would be able to set up things like Sandstorm now.
Ooh.
Yeah, think about
it. Okay. That would be annoying.
You picking up what I'm putting down there, buddy?
Perfect team for like those Sandvale Mons. Oh man.
Oh yeah. There's actually quite a few Pokemon that are not Rock type that would benefit from a Sandstorm setup, and not having to use one of your typical Sandstream Pokemon would be wonderful, because now you're throwing a monkey wrench into some strategies.
Oh, you can use Sandrush. Yes. Like, I imagine that partnered up with his Whimsicott, have Sandstorm, have Sandrush on that thing. Just giving it another option for a Vicious Ren build. And then, like, if your opponent has, like, an Ice type or something that's weak to Rock or Ghost that can learn Freeze Dry or something.
Here, I was thinking of Stoutland.
Oh.
Sandrush Stoutland.
Oh, that's true. You know what else? Whimsicott could probably also learn Stealth Rock. That's a Rock type as well, right?
Oh, that's a vicious setup.
And granted, let's say Stealth Rock has, like, the new mechanic from, like, Legends, which I probably doubt they'll keep it, but, like, it does damage when you use it instead, and then it constantly does damage over time or every turn. Oh man,
a Rock Ghost Whimsicott opens up a whole slew of worms that I'm not sure anybody's ready for.
It'll be fun though. Testing, I think, would be fun for people.
The next one on this list is Messino and Cecino, ice typing. Now, I'm kind of curious because I believe there is an ice type move that can hit up to 5 times, and the ability for both of those was a skill link. So it will hit 5 times no matter what. I've had issues with the way ice types have been treated because they're so fragile and so weak to so many common things. But having a skill link Messino with that ice move, that's going to bring a whole new level of hate that ice type really does does need.
What move was that? That's the move that Cloyster has, right? Like, technically, because Cloyster was done with Skill Link. I think it's Icicle Spear.
I think you're right. I think it is Icicle Spear.
And it's not like Cinccino, like, that line was... I mean, granted, it's, like, really squishy. I think their speed isn't too bad either. So hopefully, if the speed doesn't drop as an Ice type, that would be... Getting that stab move on that move would actually be pretty... Ugh, it's kind of
Yeah. Exactly. Stab moves guaranteed to hit 5 times. Give him a King's Rock for a chance to not only flinch on top of all of that. So yeah, that would definitely make utilizing an ice type much more viable, I think, in just overall use, let alone competitive.
Ice types need more love, Pokemon Company. Please take out some of those weaknesses.
Moving along, we have Tynamo, Electric, and Electros. Poison Dark type. I am not sure how I feel about this one personally, because of the fact that that particular branch was an extremely powerful Pokemon given its typing and its ability. With Levitate, you've basically removed its only weakness.
I just think it's funny because you know how its name is like a play on of like the whole electric thing, or part of it is electric, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's changing its typings to Poison Dark, so it kind of doesn't fit for me now, like its name. I do also find it funny that its original form has Levitate, which is remove the ground weakness. The fact that it's Poison Dark now, the only weakness it has is ground types.
and now it's immune to Psychic.
I'm just immune to Psychic.
So if it still has Levitate, that is a broken combo right there.
Yep.
The next one, Bunnelby and Diggersby, ground fighting. But there's another one called Megabuck, and I think it's still part of the same family because they're all coming up as ground fighting.
Oh, it definitely has a different typing, because I think Bunnelby originally was like normal ground or ground normal, so it's definitely getting that type change from like normal to fighting.
Originally, Bunnelby was normal, and then it moved into normal ground. So this whole being ground fighting fits because of the hands on the ears. But Bucks are also the name for male bunnies, and Bunnelby has a very distinctive male features to it.
True.
I mean, even though it's got a 50-50 split on gender, Megabuck makes a lot of sense as being the evolution to it. I mean, I'm not sure about the name personally, but it does fit. I have to admit that it does fit.
It would also be trippy if they locked it to being only for males to turn into Megabuck.
Wouldn't be the first time that they've done something like that, so yeah.
Because it's basically like having, the Ralts line, right? Your Gardevoir can be male or female, but Gallade can only be male.
Yep, just like Vespiquen can only be female. Moving over to Dedenne, Fairy Ice type.
I don't know how I feel about that. I mean, personally, I think it would probably be pretty cute. It's already a pretty cute Pokemon. Fairy Ice type, losing Electric. Now, what I liked about Dedenne was the fact that I could use Nuzzle. I don't know if turning into Ice type and not being able to use Nuzzle anymore would be good for me, like personally. But maybe this also gets Skill Link. Some Icicle Spear shenanigans.
Yeah, but Sudowoodo punching in the face is going to knock it out if this is a legit rumor.
True, this is true. 4 times weakness.
Steel.
No, they have a what is that relationship?
Symbiosis.
Yeah. They have a symbiotic relationship.
Let's see here.
Favorite part. Let's go.
Yeah, this one I've been waiting on. Yungoos, Gumshoos, and a third evolution of Footloose. Normal Electric. Alright, when Gumshoos was first revealed, a lot of people were like, it looks like Donald Trump. Yes, it does. Footloose better look like Kevin Bacon. That's all I'm saying. If Footloose does not look like Kevin Bacon, I'm going to be very disappointed.
Please. I hope you also name yours Kevin as well, or something along those lines.
Oh yeah. But for as much as I loved this rumor up until this point, this is the one that kills it for me. And the reason for it is because I'm trying to make this connection of Footloose with Gumshoos. Now I understand they probably were going with the literal translation of shoes. Where the shoes go, feet. What's feet? Footloose. But Gumshoos is a detective. Could be a private investigator. I grew up playing Carmen Sandiego as a kid, and that's what you were always called, as a gumshoe. So Footloose doesn't sit well with the play on words that this is supposed to be. And this is the one out of everything we've gone so far. This is the one that stuck out to me as this rumor is leaning more towards fake. Everything else, though, I mean, sounds legitimate. But that said, a normal electric typing, that's kind of interesting. I don't know if we actually ever had. Actually, we did. Helioptile and Heliolisk. Yeah, we have one. So, and I like the typing. I do like the typing a lot. It's just I kind of don't see how they would do that with Yungoos and Gumshoes.
Yeah, I don't either.
If anything, I would say steel, but electric, kind of a hard sell for me.
I think it only matches for the Footloose version or for the Footloose evolution, just because, got them fancy dancing feet. Electric. Maybe it does electric slide at one point, like.
Fine. When I encounter Footloose, he better be dancing too. He looks like Kevin Bacon and better be dancing, wearing a white tank top. Or was it a short sleeve shirt?
Please. That's what they're gonna do with the color variant, right? It's gonna go white. Oh man.
The next one, Sandigas and Casadastra for ghost typing. Now, the fact that we had Palo Sand as the original form, and then you have another house type made of sand, I like this. I like where they went with this, and I'm good. Let's go for it. Come on, bring it.
My only problem with it is it does lose the ground typing. Wait, is Sandigas pure ghost, or is that also ghost ground?
I believe Sandigas was ghost ground.
If that is the case, that it is ghost ground, my only gripe about it is the name, because it has Sandy in it still. So I would just like to assume it would still be ghost ground. But that's just me. Like it could just be like a miniature haunted house or something, as far as I know. And then it turns into a bigger or a castle version of it when it turns into Casadastra. Because as a ghost type and being a regional variant for this list, I think it still does the exact same thing like its Alolan counterpart would do. It probably just leads people into its mouth/castle, and then they're trapped there for eternity, only for their energy and souls to be fed upon. Kind of thing.
Reminds me of a horror movie I'll have to let you know about later. The next one, Calflink and Hornswagger. You wanted Bovine, you got Bovine.
Pure normal type though. They couldn't be any different.
Okay, so I'm gonna segue a second here. Remember Clue's Clue?
Yeah.
Remember that he said regional variant?
Uh-huh.
What if Calflink is a pre-evolution, Hornswagger is an evolution, and Calflink is the evolution that links Tauros to Miltank? Because what's a baby cow?
It's a calf. Yeah. You know what? I would be okay with that. Because I think there were some people that have been wanting that tie-in evolution for Tauros and Miltank, right? If they do it here, I am down. You know what though? If that is the case, I'm starting to see Tyrogue vibes now, right? So Calflink has these 3 different types to turn into, right? Granted, it has to be female to turn into Miltank, and then the other 2 are both probably strictly male. I'm not entirely sure. I mean,
they're strictly male.
Tauros is at least strictly male, and Hornswagger, this is its 3rd possible form. Maybe this one can be male or female for all I know, but it could also just be straight male. My only problem is now how would you determine what it would turn into in that case? Granted, it has to be male. I do wonder what you got to do to turn it into the other one.
Well, I mean, you could do it one of a few different ways with it that they've already established, either by stats, like in your example, Tyrogue, or by day-night cycle, like Cascoon and Silcoon. Or originally it used to be day-night cycle. I don't know I think they changed it recently.
I think for Legends it was natures. They're natures. Yeah, I think for Legends it's based on their natures now, I think.
Okay.
At least for Legends.
But this could be a similar thing. This could easily be a similar thing where it's one of those pre-established stats would determine. But I'm kind of all for it though.
Yeah, me too.
Next up, Wismuth, psychic type, straightforward.
I'm assuming it's one of the legendaries.
Maybe this could be a trio because if you look at Wismuth, which is psychic, Antemone, which is steel, and Gale Knight, poison. Gale Knight makes me think of some kind of a flying type creature. Antemone makes me think of a anemone, but I'm not sure what Wismuth is.
Same. I was also thinking catfish for some reason for Wismuth too, though. I don't know why. I was just thinking catfish.
Look at the typing, though. Psychic, poison, steel. Psychic's going to nail poison. Steel resists poison, but then the steel kind of just sits on its own. So I'm wondering where the 2 kind of lie, where the 3 lie, because it feels like they're connected somehow, but something's not right.
True. True.
Like Wismith and Nike and Gale Knight could be, say, like the Zacian Zamazenta of the story, and Antemone is the big bad Pokemon, quote unquote, or the reverse, depending on what version you're playing. You're either going to have Gale Knight or Wismith, and only the Antemone is going to be the one to fight against it.
That could be it too.
But then that also moves into the next, or the last part of this list. Cabal and Cabludgeon. Great name, by the way. I'm going to name a Pokemon Cabludgeon. And Olivite. So Cabal, Cabludgeon are fairy types, and Olivite is another psychic type. So now you've got a psychic type, a poison type, a steel type, and a fairy type. And there's a lot of cross weaknesses going on here.
This is true.
But the one that's going to sit there and pretty much laugh at everything is going to be Antemone, simply because of the fact it's a steel typing, yeah.
I resist everything here, except for you. Full nullification.
I kind of like the subtle emphasis of the need for a steel type, considering that the last generation was very heavy on fairy and poison.
That's true. I didn't think about that. Did not think about that at all. Especially for the bad guy. The bad guy being like Poison Dragon, right?
Yeah.
But if anything, the Cabal Cabludgeon, I'm assuming it's going to be an evolution line. So granted, it's like a mythical or legendary, just by looking like how far into the list it is. I wonder if it's going to be like if it's going to be relevant to the story or not too. Because like if anything, like I can kind of feel like Cosmog vibes a little bit. But, you know, that's about it. Like, I'm just feeling the vibes for it. Get in the bag. It's going to be another case of get in the bag. Get in the bag.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. There's a lot of great ideas in this particular rumor. And a lot of stuff I really do hope to see at some point in the future. But the nature of rumors is that they are prominently false. And so we'll never see the light of day. And again, these are some really good ideas. And I know we're extrapolating a little bit and putting our own spin on just what is basically a Pokemon list of names. But at the same time, it's so hard not to, especially when you set up your list in such a way that that's where your brain would normally take you to. Like, what is this going to connect to when you've got Poliwag, Poliwhirl, Polysage, well, in the different typings. Again, some of them are questionable, where, like, you know, you pointed out Sandygas losing its ground typing, me with Footloose, but then you get stuff like Calflink and Hornswagger, which could be its own evolution, but also could be connected to already existing Pokemon that really could use a little more fleshing out.
Yeah. Just looking at this now, if this is the dex amount as well that we could be getting in Gen 9, I think I'm okay with like 60 plus Pokemon too. I think that might be a good number, like a good, like, decent number to have.
Yeah, especially when you think about the fact that they hadn't even mentioned any returning Pokemon.
Like, they've shown us some returning ones, but they haven't like confirmed any others, right?
Correct. In showing those Pokemon, now you know that you can probably get the regional variants in as well. That's going to really increase the size of that. So when you think about it, 66 brand new Pokemon, including regional variants, that is a really good number for a generation. It makes these Pokemon in general a bit more memorable when you can connect a smaller number to a generation. Again, this is an argument I've made in the past. When they added over 150 new Pokemon for Gen 5, I lost track of a few. Let's put it that way.
Very understandable. Not a lot of them were memorable, I think, for some people. So
yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong, some of my more favorite ones came out of Gen 5, but literally only ones I can remember are the ones that came out of Gen 5 that are my favorites. Anything past that, I'm just kind of just because of the sheer number. So this is a good number. This is a good balance overall. A lot of perfect play on words that would fit a Pokemon Dex, and even some little nuances that you caught that I missed, and I love it. It made me love this list even more.
Translation team for the Pokémon Company / GameFreak. If you keep, granted this is real, and you keep some of the play on words, good on you.
Mega Buck. It's like Mega Buck. There better be a Mega Evolution attached to Mega Buck.
Yeah, then
It's
I'm
a
thinking.
Mega Buck.
Then I'm also thinking like Megabucks. Isn't that like a lottery thing or something too? Now that I think about
It totally is.
it.
It totally is. And with that, everybody, this brings our episode to a close. What do you think about this Pokemon list? Anything pop out at you that you really liked? Anything that you found suspicious? Let us know in the comments below. Also, please be sure to like, share, and subscribe. It helps us out. But it also lets us know that we're doing a good job. And again, feel free to comment on that as well. We love to hear from you all. Thank you once again for joining us. Have a great day. Bye.
Bye.